In today's world, we are living in an age of constant uncertainty. Whether it's economic instability, political turmoil, global pandemics, or personal crises, the challenges seem never-ending. Many of us struggle to cope with the unpredictable nature of life. The question arises, how do we find resilience in such turbulent times? In this video, we'll explore how Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, offers timeless wisdom for navigating uncertainty with strength, peace, and clarity. By looking at the core teachings of the Stoic philosophers, we'll uncover practical steps you can take to build resilience, cultivate mental fortitude, and thrive amidst adversity. What Stoicism teaches about life and resilience. Stoicism is a philosophy that emerged in ancient Greece around the 3rd century BCE, founded by Zeno of Citium. At its essence, Stoicism is about learning how to live in accordance with reason and nature, cultivating inner peace regardless of external circumstances. One of the core ideas of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, the understanding that there are things we can control and things we cannot. This distinction is vital in building resilience because much of our suffering comes from focusing on what we cannot change, external events or the actions of others. Stoics argue that true freedom and peace come when we let go of our attachment to things outside our control and instead focus on how we respond to those events. The Stoics also believe in the idea of virtuous living, a life guided by wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. In times of uncertainty, the Stoics teach us that we should rely on these virtues, as they allow us to remain steady and resilient no matter the circumstances. By prioritizing internal character over external outcomes, we can maintain our tranquility in any storm. Resilience in Stoicism. In Stoic philosophy, resilience is not about avoiding pain or difficulty, but about confronting challenges head-on with wisdom, acceptance, and emotional fortitude. The Stoics believed that hardship, suffering, and adversity are inevitable parts of life and, far from being something to fear, they are opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This perspective reframes challenges as catalysts for personal development and emphasizes the power of our response to adversity rather than the adversity itself. Resilience, in Stoic terms, involves the acceptance that life is inherently unpredictable, but that by mastering our emotions and thoughts, we can face those uncertainties with a steady mind and a clear sense of purpose. What you can control. One of the most important Stoic teachings is the dichotomy of control, which is the understanding that there are things we can control and things we cannot. According to Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, some things are up to us and some things are not up to us. When it comes to uncertainty and crises, much of what causes us distress is our attachment to things we cannot control, whether it's the actions of others, the stock market, or the weather. The Stoic practice is to focus exclusively on what is within your power, your thoughts, your actions, and your mindset. For example, you can't control the economy, but you can control how you respond to financial hardship. You can't control a pandemic, but you can control how you take care of your health and well-being. By shifting your focus to what you can control, you can gain a sense of agency and calm in the face of chaos. Practical exercise. The control list. A powerful Stoic practice is to make a list of everything that is currently causing you stress or anxiety. Then, categorize these things into 2 columns. Things I can control, things I cannot control. As you work through this list, focus your energy and attention on the things you can control. Take action on them. For the things outside your control, Practice letting go. Understand that these things are beyond your influence, and worrying about them only drains your energy. Embracing adversity. Stoicism teaches that adversity is not only a part of life, but an essential part of growth. The Stoics believed that hardship and difficulty are opportunities for self-improvement. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers and Roman emperor, wrote in his Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This mindset shift is crucial. Rather than seeing challenges as obstacles to avoid, the Stoics saw them as stepping stones to becoming stronger, wiser, and more virtuous. Pain, loss, failure, these are not things to be feared, but opportunities to practice endurance, patience, and wisdom. Practical exercise. Negative visualization. A practice often recommended by Stoic philosophers is negative visualization, imagining the worst-case scenario. This may sound counterintuitive, but the idea is that by mentally preparing for the worst, we can reduce fear and anxiety. This helps us to appreciate what we currently have and face difficulties with a calm and composed mind. For example, if you are facing financial uncertainty, you might visualize the worst possible outcome: losing your job, depleting your savings, or facing financial ruin. When you've mentally prepared for that worst case, you'll realize that even in those situations, you can still survive and adapt. The Stoic mindset helps you accept that the worst-case scenario is not the end of the world, and often it's not as catastrophic as it may seem. Reframing challenges. Reframing is another Stoic tool to build resilience. It's about changing how we view and interpret challenges. Instead of viewing a setback as a failure, see it as an opportunity to learn. Every difficulty you face can become a lesson in patience, perseverance, and personal growth. For instance, if you are facing a difficult relationship, instead of viewing it as something that drains you, view it as a chance to practice compassion, understanding, or setting healthy boundaries. If your career is in flux, see it as an opportunity to develop new skills or rethink your professional path. Cultivating virtue in times of uncertainty. Stoicism emphasizes that virtue is the highest good and the key to a flourishing life. In times of uncertainty, focusing on your character rather than external circumstances will build the internal strength necessary to endure whatever life throws your way. The Stoic virtues include wisdom, the ability to see things clearly and make sound decisions; courage, the willingness to face difficulties head-on, even in the face of fear; justice, acting in ways that are fair and right, even when it's difficult; temperance, practicing self-control and moderation, avoiding excess and indulgence. When you focus on cultivating these virtues, you can develop a sense of purpose and inner peace that is not dependent on external events. Regardless of what happens in the world around you, your character remains your anchor. Practical exercise. Virtue journaling. One practice to cultivate virtue is journaling. At the end of each day, ask yourself, how did I show wisdom today? How did I practice courage in the face of difficulty? Did I act justly toward others? How did I maintain self-control or moderation? This simple practice will help you develop a habit of reflection, keeping you grounded in your values and virtues, and reinforcing your resilience in times of uncertainty. The Stoic way forward. In conclusion, resilience in times of uncertainty is not about avoiding hardship, but about changing our mindset and our responses to those challenges. Stoicism offers us timeless tools for dealing with adversity, focusing on what we can control, embracing adversity as an opportunity for growth, and cultivating virtue as the foundation of our resilience. In uncertain times, we must remember that while we cannot control the storms of life, we can control how we respond to them. By practicing the Stoic principles of control, reframing, and virtue, we can transform our struggles into stepping stones for personal growth, strength, and peace. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So, the next time you face uncertainty or adversity, remember, it's not the events themselves that define you, but how you choose to respond to them. Be resilient, be stoic,